Did you find something?
We did have a name, but so far it remains as much of a mystery as that redacted PCPD file that Cyrus wanted. What is it?
I wasn't honest with you about what I know about that file.
How much could you know about a homicide case from the 70s?
I knew the victim. Because I'm the one who killed him. It happened when I was a teenager. David Hamilton was a friend of my stepfather's. And he seduced me as a way to get back at my mother. There was a really ugly confrontation. I shoved him. He fell to the ground. He hit his head and he died.
Okay, so it was an accident.
I was hysterical. I didn't even remember it for months. My mother took the blame. But anyway, when it came out, I was given a suspended sentence.
I'm sorry. And to be so young, that must have been painful.
Yeah. David Hamilton did a lot of damage to me and to my mother. But that's why when you and Jordan showed me the file, I was just stunned. I couldn't say anything.
Laura, I need you to know that you can tell me anything.
Thank you.
Cyrus is dredging this up because he thinks he can hurt you.
That's the thing, though. This was a matter of public record. I certainly didn't publicize it, but yeah, I never hid it either.
Well, maybe this new piece of the puzzle can shed some light on that. Does the name Florence Gray mean anything to you?
No, Gray is a pretty common name.
That's what Jordan and I said after we ran into Martin Gray earlier. But that name, Florence, makes it more distinctive.
And you think that this Florence Gray is somehow connected to Cyrus Renault?
We are fairly certain that she's the person that Cyrus was keeping at the Wilson address.
Oh. So she would be the recipient of his loving postcard?
That's the theory. Okay, we were able to trace the supplies, those medical supplies that we found at the house, to a company in Mexico City. We were able to look at the records, and Florence Gray's name came up at the Wilson address. Is there any chance you recognize that name? Well, like I said before, you can tell me anything.
My biological father was married to Florence Gray. Look, George, my biological father's name was Gordon Gray, and his wife's name was Florence. I don't know, is it even possible that it could be the same person?
Well, the Florence Gray at the Wilson address once lived in Port Charles. Could that be a coincidence? Maybe.
The Grays lived in Port Charles in the 70s for a few years. Then they moved, and I don't know where they went.
So you weren't close?
Oh, no, not at all. No. Gordon Gray was my mother's mentor, and they had an affair. And when I was born, he told my mother I was dead.
I'm sorry. It's awful.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, I was raised by a wonderful family, Vinings. I didn't actually live with Leslie permanently until I was a teenager.
A lot has happened in your life.
I was no easy teenager either. But you know, she never gave up on me. And I think that's why we became so close. And then I was so fortunate to have such a close relationship with my own daughter. Curtis, if Cyrus Renault is responsible for what happened to my daughter,
I know. I feel the same way, okay? But if we can figure out if Florence Gray is the woman that married your biological father, and if we can figure out why Cyrus Renault was taking care of her, we might have some leverage.
You know, and so I know next to nothing about my biological father, and even less about his wife. I I don't see how they could possibly be connected to Cyrus Renaud. But then again, I don't see why Cyrus Renaud would be interested in the David Hamilton case. I mean, what is he doing? Where is it leading?
The only pattern that seems to jump out is that you seem to be at the center of it all.